Hello students, welcome to Learn and Practice Institute, the Institute for Complete Learning. Here the first topic is biology, and in biology the first chapter we will going to read, that is the fundamental unit of life. Fundamental unit of life here in class 9, sorry it is still written, it will be class 9 because they are in class 9. In class 9 session we will start from the fundamental part of the biology. It means the biology from where it has started. Plus, whenever we are saying about the, okay, directly I'm coming to the subject because we know that everyone is safe at home, because this time is very much pandemic and very much stressful for everyone. So you must not take the stress. You have to involve with your education, and not only education but also few type of co-scholastic works, few type of activities or projects you may also done. Just beside of your study, regular study, got it? So let's go for it, and let's come to now the topic. Our topic, it is about the basic part of the biology. Plus, whenever the source is coming, it means the from where the biology used to introduce ourselves. Got it? Biology, we know that biology is related to the part of the organisms, those which are living and non-living, right? The living organisms and beside the non-living organisms, when both are showing the characteristics or its own features of from different aspects. Got it? All those things are being declared or discussed in biology. Got it? So it means biology seems to be and deal with the life and the characteristics or the features of any kinds of living or non-living, mainly living organisms. So here also we will go for the living organisms, means you can say for the human being, you can say for the plants, you can say for the other animals or other creatures. Got it? So their body and their features, their characters, their habitats, and how do they lead their life according to their body parts or according to their habitat. So each and everything is totally deals with the biology. So here in this first chapter, the fundamental unit of the life, fundamental unit, plus here it is the word is given fundamental unit. Okay, not the fundamental word only. Unit is given. Unit means only one. Unit means one. Okay, one. One is known as the unit. But how can we explain or how can we express this one, the word one, in the biology? Okay, we know that in the biology, whenever we are going to study this, in that case, first of all, animals, plants, their body features and their structure of the body parts comes in front of our eyes, right? That in our body, suppose in our body, what is told as one? What about the one for the plant kingdom? Here, the one means it is still the one cell. One cell. Plus, you know about the cells, right? So I am not going for depicting all this about the cells, because in class 6 I already read that what is the cell. So one cell. Now the question will come, sir, our body is made by only one cell. No, it's a very ridiculous matter. No, our body or any kinds of animals or plants body has made by billion times of the cells. Okay, when all the cells are joined together, it makes the proper structure of the organelles and proper structure of the organs and then the body parts. Right? It means that unit, the fundamental unit of our life, means our life has started from only one cell. Right, when we were the teeniest one, means our life is going to start it, okay, or it is at the most primary level. That time only one cell was there, only one cell. After that, day after day, hour after hour, whenever we are trying to grow, got it, in our mother's womb or in every, if I say every creatures, at that very time, one cell multiples into 2, 2 multiples into 4, 4 multiples into 8. So in this way, by multiplication, okay, our cells used to increase and it has attached to each other. Okay, and then the proper shape of our body has come, or a proper shape of a plant's body or any creature's body has come. And in this way, a person or a human or a plant kingdom, any plants used to grow itself. It means when they are growing, in the same way or in the same manner, the number of cells are also increasing. Okay, number of cells are increasing means we are growing. Number of cells are remaining same means we will not grow. Okay, that's why it is said that a minimum level, up to a minimum level, a person can grow, not after that. Why not? Because at that very time, the growing of the cells is to decrease itself. Okay, it used to remain same. In this way, whenever a man is to become adult, after that, the cells are not going to grow more, but they grow. They grow, but very slowly. Okay, it is said that up to 22 years, up to 22 to 24 years for the man, and for the woman it is up to 18 to 18 years, 16 to 18 years. This is the ultimate time for growing themselves. Their body parts used to grow and their muscular parts used to grow, all these things. Got it? But after that, throughout our life, the remaining part of our life, our cells used to multiples, but not in that manner what we used to, what it used to grow in the earliest time. Got it? It used to grow, but in a very slow manner. Got it? We do not observe it. Okay, so this is the quite and very simple thing. It means that when cells used to grow itself, then a person's body, a human's body, a plant's body used to grow itself in a multiple way. Understand? Now we will read the story of discovery of the cell. It means how do cells first occur, or how do cell first came. The word cell, it first came in any scientist, which scientist we will read afterwards, in any scientist mind, okay, any scientist brain, that this is called cell. How is it? Because we know that everything, class, you please take it very normally, because we know that everything, whenever we are discussing about that very thing, it means that that thing has a discovery story, right? So in the same way, the cell has also a story of discovery of itself. Now we will go for the discovery of itself according to the year. Okay, let's go for number one. Number one, it is written that in the year 1665, the scientist Robert Hooke, first observed the cell. Which scientist? Scientist Robert Hooke. How? Now come to the story, that how he found the cell anywhere. Okay? Anywhere means first he observed the cell in the cork. In the cork, we know that cork used to grow in the water. Okay, so whenever one day he found the cork and he used to just make the taste of it. Taste means he tried to cut it, because he was a scientist, and scientist has the intention to discover or to experiment new things, okay, and try to discover new things. Okay, he or she, a scientist, used to try to discover the new things. In the same way, one day Robert Hooke took the cork, a piece of cork, then using the blade or using any kinds of sharp weapons, he cut it in a very thin pieces, okay, in a very thin pieces, and then that very thin layer of the cork he has seen by a very primitive microscope. A primitive microscope he has used to watch it, and he follows few parts of ball shaped structure or different shaped structure are joined together, not clearly what we used to see through electron microscope nowadays, but earlier this primitive microscope was enough to check the internal part or internal organelles of any kinds of organs. Got it? By the scientist. So he also used the primitive microscope, and he found that there are lots of bubbles like structure or balls like structure like this. Got it? In the slide. From that very time, he gave all this name as cell. From that very time, Robert Hooke explained or declared, you can say declared, that cells are there in the cork. It means the bubbles like structure, those which are present and those which are attached to each other to make the entire structure of it, these are known as the cells, nothing else. Okay, cells, but nothing else. It means from that very time, the word cells has started to say by the biologists. It means the scientists, those who deals with the biology, the part of the biology. Got it? So biologists started to say, and they also try to discover in different body, not only cork but also in human body, but also in any animal's body, that also they have the cells or not. Yes, they also have find out afterwards that yes, their body is also made by the billion of cells. Got it? So first of all, in 1665, Robert Hooke discovered the cells. Number two, what happened? Then in the year 1674, the another scientist, Leeuwenhoek, okay, Leeuwenhoek, through primitive microscope, he has found the nucleus into it. He has found the small black color balls-like structure in every cell. Balls-like structure in every cell. Okay, and we know that this black color structure means these are the nucleus. So in this way, in the year 1674, the scientist Leeuwenhoek first find out the nucleus with the help of primitive microscope. Understand? Now, next, in the year 1831, 1674, after that 1831, in the year 1831, year 1831, Robert Brown find out the nucleus. Okay, not Leeuwenhoek. Leeuwenhoek followed few cells floated in the pond water. Okay, Leeuwenhoek, wherever he understood or trying to understand, he tried to understand about the cells. After that, in the year 1674, he suddenly find out on the surface of the water, few cells are moving here and there, or few cells are floating on the surface of the water. Okay, we know that about the zooplankton and phytoplankton. Now the question comes there, what are zooplankton and phytoplankton? Okay, I'm telling zooplankton and phytoplankton. Okay. As we are saying about the Leeuwenhoek cells, as he observed the cells, those which are floated. We know the cells means the very molecular part, okay, a very atomic part. So an atomic part, how is it possible to watch through our naked eyes? And scientists doesn't take the microscope everywhere along with them. Got it? So it means that a very few smaller particles or very few smaller living organisms, those which are floating on the water, those very things were seen by scientist Leeuwenhoek in the year 1674, and those which are none other than zooplankton and phytoplankton. What is zooplankton and phytoplankton? Zooplankton are the smallest living cell. It is animal. Okay, animal, and it is also smallest living cell plants. It means that zooplankton, zoo from the word zoo and from the word phyto. From the zoo and phyto, from here we have to understand that zooplankton means the smallest living cell, and zoo means animal. It means smallest animal living cell, a very smallest or teeniest creature, those who used to float on the water. Okay, and phytoplankton means the smallest or teeniest cell of the plants. Okay, they are under plant kingdom and they are very much atomic, so that's why they used to float on the water. Okay, and those which are seen by Leeuwenhoek. Now come to the next, 1839. Another scientist, Perkinse now used the primitive microscope from Leeuwenhoek. He told one day Leeuwenhoek, please give me your microscope, I want to experiment something on the cells. When he go for the cells and he tried to find out the internal part of the cell, what is there, internal part of the cell. Okay, then he followed, there is a cell, suppose this cell, then a black color nucleus, he already knew about the nucleus. Okay, and he also observed that a jelly based thing, okay, or a thick substance, a very thick substance or semi-solid substance used to move here and there, in the cell membrane. Okay, in the cell membrane it is moving. So he gave this entire part, the entire internal part, name as protoplasm. Protoplasm. Who gave the name? The scientist Purkinje. Okay, Purkinje in the year 1839 first discovered a cell, the internal organelles of the cell, and he gave the common name of it, that is the protoplasm. And what we know about the protoplasm, what is there? We know that protoplasm means there cytoplasm plus nucleus is present. Okay, as he found out two things, two organelles in a cell, in a very normal or simple cell, that is a nucleus and a jelly based particles. He hasn't given the name of these jelly based particles, but he combinedly name it as protoplasm. And protoplasm means cytoplasm and nucleus is present almost in it. Got it? Next, in the next year, 1838 to 1839, in the same year, okay, 1839, two scientists, Sladen and Swan, discovered few more organelles, and those which organelles have the ability to grow the another cells. It means to produce the another cells, means from one cell the another cell can be produced. It means from the mother cell the daughter cell can be produced. That very cell is discovered by these two scientists, Sladen and Swan. Okay, Sladen and Swan. And mainly what they discovered, we all know, discovered DNA, right? DNA. What is the full form of DNA? DNA full form is deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, deoxyribonucleic acid. It means DNA. DNA, a thread-like structure. Okay. It's a thread-like structure that remains inside the nucleus. It means they discovered the internal part of the nucleus, nucleoplasm, and after that, inside the nucleus, nucleolus is there, and in the nucleolus, the DNA is present. So they discovered most internal organelles of the nucleus of a cell, that is the DNA. And this DNA has the ability to grow the same part, the same kind of another cell. Okay, that is called the daughter cell. It means from the mother, suppose this is the mother cell, from mother cell another cell it comes out, that is called the daughter cell. Okay, from mother cells to daughter cell, such type of thinking or such type of topic or such type of declaration they have given after taking the experiment on it. Lastly, in the year 1940, when electron microscope has discovered, after that scientists till nowadays they are discovering many things, many unknown things, and they are just searching out many more topics, many more informations about that very things, those which are atomic and those which are huge in shape. Got it? What are their characteristics, and in the ancient time what they look like, and in modern time how they are, and in future how they will be. Everything the scientists are giving the informations only by checking or only by taking the the practicing on that very matter. Okay, so in this way the discovery of the cell has made, and not only that but also how the cells organelles have found out, also those things have informed by different type of scientists. Got it? Now come to the next part. When we are completing the story of the cells, next part is how many type of cells are there in our universe. Okay, we know the cells are everywhere, just like the air, just like the air, cells are also everywhere, it is moving, but we cannot see, right? If we say we all the human being throughout the universe, got it? We have cells if we say the cows, dogs, it means all the animals, all the small creatures. Everyone has the cells. If we say the virus, got it? If we say the protozoa, if we say the bacteria, if we say algae, if we say fungi or fungus, everything has a cell, because where there is no cell, there is no extinct, there is no body is present. There is no body is present means we cannot suspect anyone if there is not a single cell. As we know that there is a single cell organism that is called yeast, right? Yeast is an unicellular organism and it can be seen, it is suspected by us. It means we can observe it. Why? Because they are made by the cells. How many cells? Only one cell. Only one cell is enough to be suspected by the human beings, because human beings nowadays, they used to bear the electronic microscope, and those very electron microscope is enough for observing those unicellular organisms. So cells can be of two types. You already know about it. Number one, that is unicellular, and number two, that is multicellular. Multicellular organisms. Okay, unicellular organisms, multicellular organisms. We know that the unicellular organisms have no digestive system, or the unicellular organisms has only one cell, and that one cell, if I say for the yeast, and if you observe the yeast body, quite pitcher-like structure, and this yeast body has only one cell, and this one cell completes the entire part of the work of its body. Okay, and these yeasts can be reproduce itself by asexually or sexually. So it means that the yeast only one cell is enough for doing different type of works. Whatever it is taking the food, whatever it is excreting the or egesting the waste parts from its body, and whatever it is going for the reproduction part. So each and everything is collectively doing by only one cell. Whereas multicellular organisms, just like us, just like the animals, just like the other creatures, just like the plants, okay, as we have the different type of cells, so we can have the benefit to do different type of things by using the different cells. We have the different cells, just like if you say our muscular part means muscles. Our muscles are made by the cells. Okay. Number two, our nerves. Our nerves, it is neuron. What is number three? If I say the egg, what is egg? Egg in female's body. What is the function of it? We know that egg helps to reproduce a offspring. So it means egg or ovum. Got it? Number four, that is the sperm. What is sperm? We know that sperm is the male reproductive cell, right? So male reproductive cell, it is also a part of cell. Got it? Number five, bones. Bones. Our bones is strong. It doesn't mean that it always takes only the calcium. Or if I calcium also are joined together, okay, and those always are all are the cellular parts. So when all the cellular parts are joined together cementedly, and it makes a strong part in our body, then bones used to occur. Okay, so it means that bones are also contains the cells into it. Got it? Next, eyes. Okay, next, hair. So it means that if you go different parts of our body, or if you go different parts of any organism's body, plants or animals, everyone contains a billion of different cells, and different cells have the different type of works. So it means that our works, the multicellular bodies, the cells function and unicellular body cells function are not always same. Got it? There is a difference. There is a huge difference. Where in unicellular organism only one cell is enough for doing every type of works. There in our body different cells are present, and different cells are have the different function, and they also performing different work. Got it? So it is all about the unicellular and multicellular parts of different organisms, right? Okay, fine. So now we will go for the next part of the cells, that how do cells made up of? How do cells made up of means which main parts are there in a cell. Everyone knows it, but we have to rewind it again. It is cell membrane, the large outer line, the internal black part, you know what is this? Yes, nucleus. And this is the jelly based part. What's the name of it? This jelly based part, cytoplasm, right? So we can write here cell membrane, number 2 nucleus, number 3 cytoplasm. Okay, what is the combining name that contains the nucleus and cytoplasm? It means nucleus and cytoplasm both together are called as protoplasm. Okay, class, can you say that which cells contains the cell membrane and which cells contains the cell wall? Cell wall and cell membrane is not equal. Cell membrane is quite thinner and very sophisticated than the cell wall. Cell wall is very strong and rough. Now can you say? Good. It means the cell membrane are seen in animal's body. That's why in our body it is very, if you follow the skin, okay, our skin is very soft. Got it? And it is sophisticated. It makes a tan of it. But if you go for the plant's body is also made by the cells, but they are very strong and very woody. Right? So it means in plant's body there is a cell wall. They contains the cell wall. But animal's body contains the cell membrane. Okay? So that's why can you say the another name of cell, animal cell and plant cell? The another name or the scientific name scientifically? What it is said? Scientifically, plant cells are known as prokaryotes. Prokaryotes or prokaryotic. Prokaryotic cell, and animal cells are known as eukaryotic cell. Okay, so prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Now, in this topic, it is given to you only about the cell membrane. Means only on eukaryotic cell we will discuss, not the prokaryotic cell. So leave it. In eukaryotic cell, cell membrane helps to look. Cell membrane means the outer wall, the outer barrier that contains the entire internal organelles to do the functions of it. Okay, suppose you think your house and just beside of your house. Suppose it is your house and it is the area of your house, the entire area of your area. Okay, of your house and area. Suppose here is your house, here is the kitchen, here is the garden. But it is your house. Just beside there is another family. In another family they also have the house, they also have different parts what they need. Here is another house, there is also another house and their kitchen and their another thing. It means that everyone has the barrier of your own area, right? You have given the barrier, and not only you but also everyone used to do that. Got it? It is called its own property. So according to the property, they make the barrier at the outside, and whatever we call for the functions, and all those functions used to do inside our barrier, not the outside. Got it? Whenever we go for doing the outside work, that time sometimes we used to mixed up with others, with our neighbors, and we used to discuss with our neighbors, and we used to do different type of works at the outside. But if we go for the household work, we have to go for our inside part. In the same way, when one cell, another cell, the another cell, when those cells are joined together, okay, they also do the same kinds of work that in their household work they also do inside the wall, inside the cell. It means all the cell organelles, those which are present here, they do the function only for this cell, not for the other cell. Got it? And when they go for taking anything, okay, then they go for the other cells. Suppose just beside of your house there is a shortage of sugar. Okay, in the kitchen there is a shortage of sugar in your besides your neighbor house. So what they do, earlier nowadays they go for the shop for taking, but earlier where there is no availability of lots of shops or lots of this grocery shops, okay, that time what they used to do, they take one bowl, so a very small bowl, and go for the neighbor's house, okay, and after going to neighbor's house they're asking for a little amount of sugar, and they will give you, they will return you on the next day. Got it? So such type of habitual matter was done earlier, but nowadays people has lots of prestige and they do not have, they will not eat, that's good, but they will not go for other house for taking the help, right? They are going for help but not taking the help. So in the same way, if we go for the cell also used to do the same kinds of work in itself, but when they need something, then they go for the other cell. Okay, we have stopped our habit, but cell hasn't stopped, and cell will not stop. And say if cell stops, then we will get died. Got it? So it means that they will daily continue their works. These are primitive habitual matter. Till now, they will be keeping continuing. Okay. So what is that? That is absorbing the water, absorbing the nutrients, absorbing the minerals. Right? How is it? We know that cell membrane is very thin. I have already told that cell membrane is quite thinner than the cell wall. Okay, and it has very thin. And we know that in the cells, lots of pores are there. Lots of pores means small holes are there. Small, very atomic holes are there which cannot be suspected by the naked eyes. But if you go for a very good and updated microscope or electron microscope, then you can found. Okay. You can find very small pores are there. Got it? And these small pores helps to absorb the water, the nutrients from one cell to another cell. Suppose from this cell to this cell, this cell to this cell, this cell to this cell, this cell to this cell. It means cell by cell it used to move, and accordingly the entire part of the body takes the water, takes the minerals, takes all kinds of nutrients, and they get active, and then they go for the work. Okay, so it means that they, as when they need the water, suppose this cell needs the water right now, so what will they do? They will absorb the water from the outer cells, from the, suppose all these cells are there, and from there they will absorb the water, because this cell needs the water right now. Got it? This cell needs the water right now. So, the process by which a cell used to absorb water along with the nutrients in itself, what is the name of this process? This process name is diffusion. Okay? So, diffusion is the process. The ink is going to be complete. Diffusion. Diffusion is the process through which water along with the other nutrients are being absorbed from one cell to another cell. Okay, so it means it is the complete function of the cellular organisms or cellular parts. Thus, in the cellular parts, the cells used to absorb in such a way, or in which process? In diffusion process. Okay, and in the same way, amoeba, the unicellular organism, amoeba also absorbs the foods, absorbs the nutrients from their food. Okay, when they used to capture their food using the pseudopodia, then they absorb the nutrients by diffusion process, because they need, right? We eat, but they diffused. It is called a diffusion process, right? Okay. Now we will go for the diffusion process classification. It means classification not means diffusion process can be held in how many types? Got it? Okay, let's go for it. Did you understand? Fine. Suppose I am giving you 3 glass. I am giving you 3 glass. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I am giving you a plant cell or an animal cell. Okay, suppose a piece of cell I am giving you, or piece of any skin I have given you. It could be the plant's body skin, or it could be animal's body skin. It's a very thin layer of the skin, because we know that thin layer skin means many small cells are present into it, because cells used to make the tissue, na. So it means the cells, the tissue or the organelles, the piece what I have given to you, you have to keep it in 3 glasses, in 3 of these glasses. Okay, in the first glass, it is given maximum sugar solution, maximum sugar solution. Next, it is given moderate sugar solution. Okay, and the third one, the glass is given, in this glass, minimum sugar solution. Minimum sugar solution. Okay, maximum sugar solution in this glass, moderate sugar solution. It means maximum means here 80% sugar is present in this solution. Here 50% sugar and water is present, and here 20 and 80%. 20% sugar and 80% water is present. Got it? So it means it is very sweet. It is moderate sweetness, and it has no sweets at all. Got it? Now this cell you have to keep here one, another one here, and another one there. Okay, so it means that in 3 glasses 3 types of solutions are there. Got it? The solution. Now when the cell has given in this maximum sugar solution, what will happen? Then we have to observe if this cell is dry. If this cell is dry, then it has the ability to absorb the water by which process? By diffusion process, because they already told about the diffusion. So in diffusion process, the dry cell or the cell that has the lack of water into itself, then it will go for absorption. But from where? Every time the absorption or the diffusion process held, please keep it in your memory. Diffusion process, all time it hails from denser medium to less dense medium. From denser medium to less dense medium. It means that when any organism cell, or when a cell has a lack of water, at that very time they will absorb the water where there is availability of water. Okay, suppose you are thirsty. So practically, suppose you are thirsty, but I have a full bottle of water. Got it? A bottle with full of water. Then what will you do? You will ask me for the water, right? So you can ask me. When you will ask me, then I will provide you. Then a little bit or whatever the enough amount of water you need, you have drank. It means that the process of the dense medium to less dense medium, when the water used to pushed, this process is known as the diffusion for the cells, not for us. For ours, it is said the drinking, right? But for the cells, mainly as we are telling about the cells, the unit of life, that's why it's called the diffusion. And denser medium means the availability of the same thing is there, and less dense means where there is very minimum level or at all, not at all. Got it? For that medium is called less dense medium. So it means that here is if the cell is dry, then the dried cell will move into it and it will absorb the enough amount of water from this solution. Okay, and the solution that contains the maximum sugar into it, is known as the hypotonic solution. Okay, hypotonic solution. So from hypotonic solution, a cell has the ability to absorb the water along with, if there is any nutrients, to absorb the nutrients along with the water. Next, moderate sugar solution. Moderate means 50% water and 50% sugar is present into it. And when the cell will be given or will be fallen into it. After that, not so much water will be taken into it, because the water that is present in the cell, is the same amount of water. It's same amount, not means the level of the, or the density of the water, at the outside and the density of the water in the inside, both are same. Okay, suppose practically I have the water, I have the full bottle of water, and you also have the full bottle of water. Got it? Now, if you feel thirsty, will you take the water from me? Of course not. Why not? Because you also have the water bottle, right? If I feel thirsty, will I go for your water bottle? Of course not, because I also have the water. It means that when two medium have the same quality, that time no function used to do, or no works is done at all. Got it? So such type of solution is known as isotonic solution. It means this solution is known as the isotonic solution. Okay, it means isotonic solution doesn't work on the cells. Now come to the third glass. Third glass means where 20% sugar and 80% water. 20% sugar, 80% water means there is no sweetness at all. Okay, it will seems to be the normal water. Okay, so it means that if this cell is provided into it, what will happen? Now you say the density of this, or the density of the water in this cell and the density of the water in this glass is equal. Is of course not. Why? Because in the cell they have taken the sufficient amount of water in it, that is needed. Okay, and it has the high density right now, but the outside water is less denser. No, why it is less denser? Because only 20% sugar is present, right? So only 20% sugar out of 80% sugar doesn't do any work, doesn't do any function at all. So that very time what happens, the water used to exert from the cell. Water doesn't diffused inside the body parts, as we have already read that diffusion means from heavy denser, from denser to less denser, less denser medium, the water used to move. So that's why as cell right now, it is denser than the water at the outside. Okay, so that's why the extra water or extra molecules of the minerals used to goes out of it or exerts of it, right? This process is done in this solution where there is the minimum or very less thickness, or there is no thickness. Got it? This solution is known as the hypertonic solution. So understand about, according to the diffusion, there are three types of solutions, and it has experimented by a same type of cell. Okay, in the hypertonic solution, the cell absorbs the water from outer denser medium to inside of the cell. Then in the moderate or isotonic solution, there is no absorptions at all, and then in the hypertonic solution or minimum sugar solution, there is exertion of the water from the cell's body outside. Okay, so these are the classification of three types of solution if you go for the experiment. So hypertonic means maximum amount of density, isotonic means moderate density, hypertonic means very less density. Understand? So class, in this way you have to understand, you have to go through the chapters gradually, not so fast. If you go for fast, then the explanations like this, it will not come, because the explanation of what I have given to you throughout this small topic but very enlarged descriptions, okay, I have given, I think it will be much more simpler to you to understand this topic. Got it? So in the same way, gradually we will move throughout the topics, and we will go for with our very familiar practicals examples, so that it could be much more easier to us to memorize. Got it? So stay well and read well at home. Thank you. Bye.